Hey guys, what up? Yeah, this is my other channel. I'm gonna react to like a lot of like shows. I'm gonna react to like a lot of YouTube shows. Like for example, we're gonna be doing some Cinemassacre. Let me just transition over to this right here. It'll be easier. Like right here. See, I haven't like really reacted to him at all. So I've been getting. I watch a lot of game hunting videos. People go out to like thrift stores and flea markets and stuff like that and find old video games. So I've been watching a ton of those. This was on my homepage, one of them. Which one was it? The Castlevania one right here. I love Castlevania and Castlevania 2 and 3. All of them, pretty much. I love vintage games. I grew up on them. So I figured I jumped on his channel, his channel, and I was looking around, poking around. I went to his oldest first because I want to see what he has out there. And he's been around for 17 years. And I haven't seen any of his videos. That's insane. So I figured, why not react to all of them? I'm going to start from the beginning and see what this is all about. And if I like it, I'll keep on going with it. So, yeah, why not, you know? So let's just get started with the first video he ever made. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. NES Angry Video Game Nerd. AVGN. So we'll watch the first two. I'll do them 2 by 2 because they're pretty short. So yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into this. I'm curious to see what this guy is all about. Let's do this. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1, and... Ooh, okay, quality.
Castlevania 2.
No, I can't pick the quality.
May be a pretty bad game.
Okay.
But it is God
for this.
compared to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh my god.
That game is just the epitome of bad. I mean, I know you played a lot of bad games before, but no, let me tell you. That game is bad.
It is pretty bad. I played it as a kid. I didn't understand it.
It's like Castlevania 2, you expect it to be, like, no, it's like, you expect it to be good because it's one of the Castlevania games, it's a sequel, but it's like such a disappointment that it's such a big fucking piece of shit. But Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and a lot of other Nintendo games, there isn't any expectations. There's no disappointments to be had because they're just, you know, rare, obscure games, like, you know, Mick Kids or Taxman or whatever, you know, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, as rare and obscure as it is, you play it once and you're haunted for life. I mean, I'm traumatized after playing it. I can't believe how bad it is. No, I mean, it's bad. Like, that's why I'm coming in front of the camera right now to show you with my own face how fucking bad it is. I mean, with Simon's Quest, you heard the sincerity in my voice. But now see the sincerity in my eyes. This game is fucking horrible! It's fucking horrible! I mean, it's like Pong is better. And Pong is only like 3 lines in a ball. Those little Tiger, like, electronic wrist games, those are better than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It makes no fucking sense. It's like, what were they thinking?
Heard that far.
Like, I seriously can't believe how bad that fucking game is. It's so bad that I'm not even going to show it to you because it's just...
He doesn't show gameplay for his videos?
I mean...
Oh, he does.
Maybe you need some kind of proof. Maybe I should show you some clips from the game.
You just said you were going to.
I just don't want to play it right now. I really don't want to play it. I don't even want to look at the fucking box and cases that piece of shit. That game's fucking bad.
This guy, this guy is something else, man.
I'm gonna show it to you though, just to prove how bad it is.
It's making me thirsty. Oh.
I warn you. Here it goes. There it is. Here's the piece of shit game.
Oh yeah, I remember
Who the
that.
hell spent this much fucking money on this game.
Excuse me. Wow, this is bringing back memories. Holy crap.
This
Yeah,
is
you
so
go
not
up
worth
there,
the
you
time.
poke everybody with a cane.
Alright, first of all, who are these people trying to kill you? Why do you walk so slow? And the staff doesn't do anything. Look at this. I'm gonna try to kill somebody. It's not gonna work. See that? It's like they give you a weapon and then it doesn't do anything. I mean, imagine if in Zelda,
Oof.
imagine if Link couldn't use his sword. And then look, then you die. And then you turn into Mr. Hyde, I guess. You walk around punching people and throwing shit, and then for no reason you just die. Lightning will strike like real spontaneous, and you're dead. And then the game's over. What the fuck is that shit?
Wow, yeah, that is kind of
Okay.
strange.
You've seen the game. Now, that should satisfy all your curiosity. If you are curious enough to play it, just do yourself a favor and don't. I mean, if you're like a hardcore Nintendo fan, as I am, and you have to have every single game in your collection, please do yourself an enormous favor and just stay the fuck away from this awful piece of shit. I mean, don't even buy it like used for like a penny or whatever. I mean, that shiny gold copper will be worth a fortune someday compared to this awful pile of steaming goat shit. I mean, don't even download it. Like, no matter how curious you are, just do yourself a favor, never play it, because you will be wishing for the rest of your life that you could invent a time machine and go back to the day you played that game and just fucking kill yourself. I mean, if you ever find the game, if you ever see it, smash it. Smash it with a hammer. Smash it till every tiny fragment is so small it's invisible. I mean, you'd rather super glue your asshole shut than play that game. You'd rather drown in gasoline. You'd rather, the thing is, you think I'm joking, like I'm trying to be funny or something. No, the fact that that game exists is a horrible abomination of mankind. That game is so fucking horrible. And I am not kidding. I am dead fucking serious. Dead fucking serious.
That was up close and personal. Holy crap. Alright, let's get to the next one. Alright, let's see. Simon's Quest 2. These are when hopefully sooner or later I'll get to like better quality, picture quality. Hopefully this one has a little bit better picture quality.
This game sucks. Castlevania 1 and 3 are great classic Nintendo games, but for Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, the game designers obviously were not thinking straight. At first, it seems like a pretty decent game.
I love this game.
Different from the first in the series, but
I don't
that's
know
okay.
why. I just
Zelda
love this
2
game.
is different from the first, Mario 2 is different, but they were all good. The first thing that's strikingly different is the fact that you have to go through towns, talk to people, and buy stuff. Never really minded that. It makes it a little more like an adventure story, and it's kind of like Zelda, so that's okay. But the first problem comes in when it changes from day to night.
Oh yeah, that is an inconvenience, but it's not that bad. At least I don't think it was that bad.
Why does this need to happen so often? Like every 5 minutes? Why does it take so long? Nobody feels like sitting through this every time. How would you like it if you were playing a game and then every 5 minutes I came over and paused it, then counted 10 tedious seconds and then let you continue to play the game? Now, I mean, why did they think that that would be a good idea and interrupt the gameplay? Did they think it would be more realistic? I mean, in real life, I don't have to stop in my tracks when the sun sets and a fucking box doesn't pop up in the air. I mean, this is one of the most annoying features in any game ever. What's the point? Yeah, I mean, the monsters are stronger at night and the stores are closed, but why is that necessary and why does the game have to stop? It's fucking retarded.
I knew he was
Why
going
do
to
you have
say
to
that.
die when you fall in the water?
Oh, no,
That's the
water.
stupidest thing I've
about
ever seen. This
knockback.
guy can go all over fighting
Knockback
hordes
is-
of evil monsters, but he can't even fucking swim.
The first two Castlevanias, the knockback was insane, dude. It was just, oh my god.
Sometimes I don't feel like going down the stairs just to get down to ground level. I mean, there's no reason I should have to do that when I can just take a shortcut and jump down.
But you fall in
But
water.
oops, I shouldn't do that. There might be water down there. Another thing that's really annoying about this game is the fact that you have to buy weapons and items. I mean, still, it's not uncommon. You know, like I said, that's the same thing you have to do in many great games like Zelda. But let me explain.
Okay.
Here you have to collect hearts, which count as money. I mean, that's kind of odd because usually hearts count as life or energy.
You know, weapons.
So that's kind of strange, but, you know, that's not the point. The point is that the items you need to buy are too fucking expensive, and the hearts don't add up enough. It takes too long to get enough of them to buy something, and it gets boring wandering around killing the same monsters over and over again just so you can buy a flame whip or something. Speaking of flame whip, that's pretty weird itself, isn't it? I mean, they were really being creative with that one, the flame whip. Anyway, about the hearts. It takes too long to buy stuff, and to add on to the problem, when you die, you lose all your hearts, and you have to start all over again. I mean, doing this doesn't add to any of the game's difficulty or challenge. It just makes us have to do more of the same monotonous stuff over again, and it's not fun. It's boring. Oh look, I finally got enough hearts to go and buy a plant that I need to cross the swamp. Now let me get to the store. Oh shit, it's fucking nighttime. Now the stores are all closed and I have to wait for it to turn day again. Oh well, I might as well kill some zombies in the meantime and stock up on some more hearts. Oh shit, now I gotta start all over again.
Why would you jump off the edge? You knew that
One
was
of the worst things in the game are the pitfalls, which are areas where there's like stones or blocks that look like you could walk on them, but instead you just fall through. It's impossible to tell where these spots are the first time walking through, so you just have to keep throwing holy water all over to see where they are. It's retarded. Why should I have to do that? Again, it doesn't add up to any of the fun, challenge of the game. It's just unfair and it's annoying. In the dungeons, there's no bosses at the end, which is a big disappointment. Every Nintendo gamester knows that at the end of a level or a dungeon, labyrinth or whatever, there's always supposed to be a big guy who you fight. But here, they just got lazy and only put a few bosses in the game and left some of the dungeons just empty, like this one. So most of the dungeons you go through, the mansions to be exact, there's nothing at the end except for a crystal orb that you can't touch. In the rest of the Castlevania games, the tradition goes like this. You fight a boss, you defeat him, then an orb comes down, and you touch it. There you go, on to the next level. But in Castlevania 2, how would you ever figure out that you're supposed to throw an oak stake at that orb? I mean, when you first get the oak stake, you assume it's a weapon, and you throw it only to find that it does absolutely nothing.
Yep.
And that you waste it by throwing it, so you have to get it all over again.
I did it. I did that.
There are parts in the game that are definitely not self-explanatory and are too hard to figure out. Take this dead end, for example. Would you guess that you're supposed to pass through this wall? How? You have to kneel down by it for like 10 seconds. Now still, that's not enough to make it so cryptic and hidden that we can't figure it out. Oh, please give us more for our buck and make it harder so we can wander around the whole game and exhaust every possibility before we find out. Okay, guess what? You need to have a red crystal selected and be kneeling down and wait a little while before this magic tornado comes and takes you to the next part of the game.
You gotta hold the blue orb near some water and crouch down and the water lowers.
Most of the townspeople have things to say which aren't important at all, so why do you have to read them? Here in the dungeons, there's books that you may find which actually give you clues about things in the game that you may need to know about. But when I find these books half the time, it's by accident,
they don't make any
so
sense.
I may hit the button and cancel it out, which means that I don't even get to read it and I don't have a second chance.
It's okay, man.
Why can't I do that when it changes from day to night? That would actually be helpful. So what the game designers figured is this. It isn't absolutely necessary for me to read about how to find Dracula's castle or what I'm supposed to do with an oak stake, but what I do need to read, again and again, constantly, is the morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. How about vanquish this horrible game? The only sure way to get through this awful game is to enter a code, but even that is way more tedious than it should be. While most of the Castlevania games have symbols you enter for a code, this one just has a whole bunch of numbers. I mean, like, one of those little parts would be enough for a password, but why 4? Like, why so many?
It's not even a
In
lot,
general,
man.
I hate games that have passwords like this because sometimes they have uppercase and lowercase letters, like the L's, you know, look like I's, the zeros
Yep.
look like O's,
Yep.
the 8's look like 5. So, you know, why does there have to be so many
This is the
digits?
easy one. But,
You know, like,
oh,
why can't it just be numbers or
trying to remember
something?
one of them.
Like, you know, just numbers and not
Faxandu.
letters.
Oh my god,
I mean, it takes me
Faxandu's
like
codes.
5 minutes to enter this code when it
was
should only
insane.
take like 5 seconds. It's friggin' stupid. Okay, so say we enter the code and we go to Dracula's castle. You'll be pretty disappointed how anticlimactic this game is. It isn't even worth putting
He's
in a
so easy to
code,
beat.
let alone
Just keep
playing the
throwing the
whole
flame
game
down
all the
at
way
him and
through,
he's
which
dead.
if you did, I feel bad for you. I mean, first of all, there's no enemies in Dracula's castle. You just walk all the way through, and the only obstacles are just like going up and down steps,
The
which
flame
won't hurt
or,
you, and they aren't challenging either.
The
It's
crystal
just
that
tedious.
bounces around.
I mean,
It's
what
good
the
too,
hell is the
usually
point
gets
of going through the castle if there's nobody to fight? Did the game designers just like run out of time or something? So then you get up to Dracula, and guess
No,
what?
just throw
He
the
doesn't
flame
look
down.
anything like Dracula. Instead, he looks like a Grim Reaper, and he throws sickles. I mean, did the people who made this game even know what Dracula is? He's a fucking vampire.
Throw the flame
On
down.
top of everything, Dracula's way too easy. Check this out. This is a trick that I discovered myself, and so could you without
Same.
the help of any strategy guide.
If it's the flame thing,
When
I know what you're
Dracula
talking about.
first appears, he stands there for a while, and he gives you plenty of time to land lots of free hits. Not only
Yep,
does he
flame.
stand there for a long
Spam
time,
the flame.
but everything that hits him will stun him and give you even more time. Naturally, you'll probably be using the flames because it's one of the most effective weapons in the game, but using it against Dracula, it makes it simply impossible for him to even do anything. He has no chance. The second you start throwing that shit at him, you've already won. I mean, why is it that easy? Did they even test the shitty game out before they released it? What a piece of shit. I mean, I feel horrible that I had to play this game in order to make this video, but I did it to demonstrate its dreadfulness, and I forced myself to play it just so
It's
that you don't have
okay,
to.
man.
So you
It's not
should
that
thank
bad.
me for telling you to stay away from this horrible, steaming pile of goat shit. I mean, I know it's useless complaining about a game that was made back in the late 80s or earlier 90s or whatever, but it just blows my mind how fucking horrible it is. I mean, it's consistently annoying. Why? Why is it so bad? If all these problems were changed, then we'd have a great trilogy of classic Castlevania games, but history is history, and we might as well try to count Castlevania 3 as, you know, the second in the series, and leave this awful piece of horseshit alone, as it stands today as one of the biggest fuck-ups of all time. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Good night.
The ending sucks too.
There's more than one ending. I guess he didn't like that game at all, now did he? Hey, nah, that wasn't bad. I think they're pretty funny. Hopefully, the quality gets better soon because watching that in 280p, man. Oh my god, my eyes are like not good. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty cool. If there's any other things you want me to react to like that, put them down in the comments because I'll react to them. Like any more like skit shows like that, not skit shows, but you know what I mean, like reviews or like anything like that. Just put them down in the comments below, and I'll get to them. Mostly funny ones. I like the funny ones too. So yeah. Well, thanks for watching. I'll be back with more from the what do you call him? Angry Video Game Nerd. So yeah. Until next time, guys. I'll talk to you later.